You guys have to buckle up for this one. Grab a beer and sit down because I've got some interesting stuff for you. Well, I made a huge mistake in my previous video looking at Jokic's assists, and the mistake was that I forgot to look at what they didn't credit him for assists. Now, of the ones that they did credit him, I agreed full-heartedly with 14 of 16, and the other two were a little bit questionable, but not nearly as questionable as LeBron's, which brings us to today's video. If you look at the video I put out 3 days ago, in which I compared the assists that the NBA is giving LeBron compared to what the NBA video rulebook defines as an assist, you can see that they aren't following their own rules. This video takes that a step further. Are they not following those rules for everyone, or are they just not following those rules for LeBron James? Look at this one that I found, which was not credited to Jokic. Now, I agree, that's not an assist. But go back to the Lakers versus the Hawks and look at this assist. This was credited to LeBron James as an assist. Now let's look at the one that Jokic was not credited for. You got the handoff to Porter, 1, 2, 3 dribbles, step back and shoot. Anthony Davis also dribbles 3 times and takes several steps while also changing direction and carrying the ball, in my opinion. All of that equals an assist to LeBron James. Now compare that to what we just saw with Porter. I know what you're saying. Mistakes happen. You know, nobody's perfect. Well, here's another one from the same game. Jokic sets a screen, gives up the ball, 1, 2, 3 dribbles, and a shot. I agree. That is not an assist. And yet, he took less steps and the same amount of dribbles as Anthony Davis when LeBron got an assist. Also compare it to this assist to Dalton Knecht, also from the Lakers-Hawks game. He dribbles 3 times going around a screen and then steps into a jump shot. Let's go back one game further. We have the Lakers and the Heat. D'Angelo Russell pump fakes, dribbles 3 times, evades 2 defenders. That's an assist. Same Heat, Lakers, pass, pump fake, 1, 2 dribbles, and a spin move past 2 defenders. That's an assist. I don't think any of the assists shown today are actually assists. The difference is Jokic's didn't count, and all the questionable ones I showed you of LeBron did count. Now, we talked about mistakes happen. Well, it sure seems like the mistakes tend to favor LeBron James. And for those of you who just don't want to see the truth and are saying that I'm cherry picking, once again, let me tell you that these are the most recent games. I am just looking at the most recent games, and if you really want me to humiliate LeBron James, then I'll go look for all the worst examples. Now, please stick with me because this is going to get even more interesting. You know those mistakes we were just talking about that happened to favor LeBron and not Jokic? They also happen to be just enough mistakes to push LeBron James into the double digits and keep Jokic out of the double digits. But before we get to that, let me address another question you might have. How exactly do I know that they didn't count Jokic's as assists? Well, I just did a detailed breakdown of the assists from that game, and these examples were not in there. But another way to double check is to go to the play-by-play, look for the timestamp of the correct period, and see if they listed an assist next to the person who made the bucket, which is what they do if there was an assist. You can see that they did not list Jokic for an assist. Now we scroll down and we look at an example in which there was an assist credited. All right, enough hand-holding. If you don't believe me by now, you're just not going to, are you? So back to the topic of the mistakes benefiting one person and not benefiting the other. We look at the Hawks game against the Nuggets, and Jokic had 8 assists. Too short. And guess what? If we gave him assists the way that we're giving LeBron assists, that's exactly 2 that according to LeBron criteria would have been assists and would have given him another triple-double. Not just a triple-double, but another monster triple-double. 48 points, coming off of a 56-point night, by the way. 14 rebounds, 3 of which were offensive, and 8 assists. So that would have been pretty big news. Not that Jokic cares. He only played about 4 minutes of the fourth period of that game. I'm sure if he had played all the minutes and was pursuing triple doubles, if he was stat padding the way that people are accusing him of stat padding, well, I think if he would have stayed in a little bit longer, he may have just achieved that triple double. But that's the behavior of someone else we're talking about in this video. In the Lakers-Hawks game, LeBron James had exactly 10 rebounds, just enough to get him into the triple-double sector, and 11 assists to get into the triple-double sector. I just showed you that 2 of those assists should not have counted. Take that away, and he's at 9. We can no longer blame interpretation of the rules because they have demonstrated via their judgment of Jokic's assists that those were in fact not assists. LeBron played all 4 periods, including 10 minutes and 35 seconds of the fourth, and just barely squeezed into the triple-double criteria. I then showed you 2 examples from the Heat game, the game prior to the Hawks game, in which LeBron James had at least 2 illegitimate assists. That was a 41-point blowout in which LeBron still played 3 minutes and 16 seconds of the fourth before I guess he and JJ Redick realized he was so far away in the rebound category it just wasn't going to happen. Let's go back just one more game to drive the stat padding point home. Lakers Timberwolves, a 30-point blowout in which LeBron James was abysmal in every category. I mean, this guy had more turnovers than assists. He almost had more turnovers than rebounds. He was approaching having more turnovers than points. But in order to keep that 10-point streak going, he played 4:19 in the fourth and just got over that 10-point marker in a 30-point blowout. He didn't get the triple-double that night. He was just too abysmal, but he did keep that ridiculous 10-point streak going. Real classy, LeBron. 30-point blowouts, 40-point blowouts, none of it matters because ESPN will keep saying that it's LeBron who needs more help, and LeBron fans will just wait until that next hollow, fake, assisted, cheating triple-double appears to ignore the fact that LeBron James is hurting the Lakers. Bonus time. Just got to take a look at this play one more time because I counted how many dribbles Dalton took compared to how many dribbles Porter Jr. took. I then realized how many steps he took before he even bothered dribbling. I guess the refs were busy ignoring LeBron's crazy moving screen to bother seeing Dalton's travel. Travel, moving screen, and a BS assist, all in one possession. The LeBron James era of basketball, ladies and gentlemen.